uh, a depthful knowledge in cybersecurity pen testing. So I'm actually the founder of Quantum. Quantum is like a game, a Nigerian game studio, and I'm also here with my colleague Kola. Kola, you can say hi to the community as well. I think you're here, right?
Yes, good evening, everybody. This is Michael Kolaole. Yeah, I'm with Matthew at Quantum.
So we're here together, and we're from Quantum together. We work hand in hand. He's my digital marketer in Quantum Studios. Basically, we're here to like give knowledge and depthful knowledge about game development in general, the genres of game development, and how people can actually make career decisions in terms of game development. And we also use a small time to like pitch in whatever. If you looked at the logo properly, you see a Pangaya Kingdom game logo there. It's what we're actually building. It's a RPG game that actually like portrays West Africa or African cultures generally, and it's being integrated with Web3, and we're building it from Unreal Engine. So that's by the way. So I'll give the host Chika. Are you there?
Yes, here.
Hello.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, Chika. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
you're there. Okay, cool. So I'll give you the platforms. Like, let's start up. Like, let's give it like a roadmap of whatever we're going to achieve this evening. So we go there step by step. Then, if anybody has questions after each session, if anybody has questions, they ask, we answer. I think it will be more organized like that, right?
Okay, basically, before you came in, I just introduced us because this is what we do normally as a community. We call resource people to talk to us about their knowledge and and all that. So I think the floor is actually open for you to tell us what you have for us on game development. Then maybe after your brief introduction on that, people could ask you questions and all that. Then we could wrap it up. I think that's basically what we have. Just
Oh,
tell us all you have
okay,
for us
okay,
about game development. That's why we are here.
okay.
You're welcome.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, I'm going to start with game development is not it's not an easy career to pick up. I'll start with that because from the languages that you're going to learn to the tools that you're going to be using, to your competition out there, it's not an easy career. So in game development, basically, there's what we call game engines, right? These game engines make it easier for you to actually make video games. We have a lot of game engines right there. We have Cry Engine, we have Unreal Engine, we have Unity, we have Godot, we have GDScript, to mention but a few. Okay, so now in each of these game engines, they require the person in question to actually know a particular programming language to be able to work with them efficiently. Okay, the way web development requires Python, Java, HTML, to mention but a few. Cybersecurity requires Bash, to know Linux and all that. Game development also requires you to know the particular scripting language. They call it scripting language that you use to talk to the like program your games. So the two prominent game engines right now that are going head in head is Unity Engine and Unreal Engine. I myself, I am an Unreal Engine developer. I decided to make the decision from scratch. That was 5 years ago. I was actually looking to start a career in game development, and Unreal Engine looked very nice. I was attracted by the graphics and, well, everything else. And for Unreal Engine, the scripting language is C++. So I don't know if there are developers here, but C++ is actually a multi-purpose like language. It's used for everything. The prominent Bitcoin that everybody is been trading on right now, it was written with C++. C++ is a very good language because it's the fastest language in the whole world. But again, it has its pros and cons. As it being the fastest language in the whole world, it also has a very deep learning curve. It's very hard to learn C++. I remember when I was learning it, I gave 4 hours every day for like 2 years before I really got myself. Like I really got my feet and say. So yeah, C++ is quite steep to learn. So I feel the roadmap to learn game development, you need to really learn C++, or maybe if you want to go to Unity, you can learn C sharp. C sharp is for Unity. That's the scripting language used. I'm not a C sharp enthusiast, so I'm just going to like narrow down this whole meeting to the knowledge I can provide to the community. So from learning C++, Unreal Engine in gaming, in software development generally, okay, there's what we call APIs, application interface, right? APIs are like how am I going to explain it to you? Okay, every tool has how you are going to. It's still C++, but it's just like it's customized. Okay, it's more like it's customized, but you just have to use it to be able to talk to the tool, tell it what you want, how you want to actually build what you want to build. I think the developers in the house will actually understand much more of what I'm talking about. So Unreal Engine C++ is a customized C++ with a garbage collection. Okay, and it's quite easier than the raw one, and it really goes a long way in teaching polymorphism. All called polymorphism, like polymorphism in programming, when classes are actually inheriting functions and variables from other classes. Inheritance, to mention but a few. I'm trying to speak in the layman's term here because I'm very sure not everybody is a developer. So the classes, it helps in like you don't want to be making raw classes there, right? So you actually use it, make classes, and start building something no matter how small. So if you actually want to start a career, I can give you guys a roadmap. First, I think you should go to Udemy. Udemy is a site, okay? It's a site where you go, you pay for courses. At least you can get courses like for 5,000, 10,000, like that. You see people that are trying to teach like game development there. So you can actually like, grasp one or two things there. But again, I'm really going to advise that you should learn C++ or C sharp or any game engine scripting language, even though the way technology has made it, you can actually use visual scripting. There's what we call blueprints. I don't know if Unity has it, if there's any Unity dev here. I don't know if Unity has it, but there's what we call visual script. You don't need to be writing codes. The codes are already there for you. You just need to be connecting, I think connecting nodes, just connecting. But it's basically still programming, but it's just that it's more of a visual thingy like that. If you're not really a tech savvy person, you can use visual scripting, but the con of visual scripting is that it's slow. It's not like you'll be noticing the slowness, but when it comes to like very, very deep calculations like that, you will notice the slowness. So I won't really advise. I advise that people that want to make a career in game development should learn a very good proper programming language, C++ or C sharp, to get a good engine to learn. You can use Udemy to learn the engine because there are courses there that you can learn and get a hold of it, get your certificate, have a very, very good LinkedIn account, post your certificate there, connect with people, and eventually you make a good career as a game developer. I myself, I started doing game development now up to 2 years, and I got my first job, and I was very happy. They did pay well, and it was very nice. It was quite an experience for me. I got to mix with Pakistanis, you know, Indians, and you learn a lot from them. And one thing I want to advise you guys is never really feel inferior, because these people are not really better than you. Honestly, they are not. They are not better than you. They are the same human beings like you. And eventually you mix and you get your experience, and really you become something phenomenal. Game development is not really easy. It's more like doing front end and back end at the same time, and doing other things, because no disrespect to the web developers. Web development is like static. The buttons are there to do something, right? And they are always going to do a particular thing. But game development, it's dynamic, right? You shoot a gun, the character runs, the character is able to cross bridges, the AI, so it's a lot of dynamics. So you fall into a lot of runtime bugs there, and it's going to really be frustrating. But honestly, if you really stick to your guts and you know lock in and focus, eventually you make a good career, because game development is the next big thing right now in West Africa. I'm just going to tell you the truth. It's actually the next big thing. The amount of funds that are going into game development. I don't know if you have gamers here. GTA 5 that is coming out. Is it GTA 5 color or is it GTA 6? Sorry, please remind me.
It's GTA 6, yes.
Hello?
Yes, it is GTA 6. Can you hear me?
Hello? Caller, are you there?
Yeah, he's responding to you.
No, I can't hear him actually.
Oh, he said something actually. What
Okay.
happened?
Okay. Well, let me just continue. GTA 6, the money that was put into the development of GTA 6 is actually much more than the biggest skyscraper in the whole world, in Burj
Yes.
Khalifa, right? I think
Yes, can
it
you hear
was
me
it
now?
was it was quite a lot of money. Yeah, I can hear you. Please remind me, is
Oh,
it GTA
okay.
5 or 6?
It is 6 actually, GTA 6. I was speaking
Yeah, how
earlier that
much
I think,
was
yeah. What's that?
how much did they invest in the development? I think it's bigger than Burj Khalifa's.
Exactly. Currently over $2 billion, I think, has been put into GTA 6 currently. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they've been
yes.
developing it for over 10 years.
Yeah, it's actually something. So game development really has a lot of money. I'm not going to lie to you, but with who much is given, much is expected. It's actually a very hard career. But if you're actually grounded in game development, you are going to really, really you really, really be boxed up. And it will give you a lot of knowledge. You can switch careers and it will be very easy for you, because it is one of the hardest career in software engineering generally. But it being the hardest, it helps you to, be able to switch careers. Like it was from game development that I started cybersecurity, and it wasn't really hard for me because I've already been grounded in C++ and runtime bugs and Unreal Engine. So it's really crazy. But let me also use this opportunity to if you people permit me, let me also use this opportunity to tell you guys that myself, my teammate here, Kola, and the remaining are actually, they couldn't join the call because they were busy. We're actually creating a multiplayer game. It's going to be the first actually from Africa. We're trying to revolutionize game development, and we're trying to integrate it with blockchain. So that's what we're doing, and it's going to show our cultures. And man, I'm really a developer. Let me give Kola, please talk to the audience and make them understand you're the you're the man that really know how to communicate properly with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Matt, for the opportunity. So, once again, hi, everybody. The name is Michael Kolaole. And what we are trying to build, what we are building at Quantum, is an MMORPG. That is a massive multiplayer online role playing game. So it's a top down. The camera is top down, and it's the first of its kind in Africa. So most of the games that is being developed in Africa, generally are practically just single player games, side scrollers, side scrollers, combat games, infinite run, and so on and so forth. Basically casual games. So it was a couple of years ago that we began to see a little bit of dynamics in the Nigerian and African gaming space, where games like Gamba, and he's a very good friend of mine, Ali and his team, they designed Gamba, and it's an adventure. It's a first person adventure game on mobile. So Malayo Games has been in the industry for over a decade, and they've only been making side scrollers and infinite run, basically casual games. But this is the first time in this industry that a big multiplayer game of this scale is being designed, and the name is Pangea Kingdom. So a Pangea Kingdom is practically based on the backdrop of mythologies around Africa. Talk about mythologies from the Zulus, Yoruba, Benin, Igbo, the Nubian mythologies, and Northeast Africa, and so on and so forth. Bringing everybody together. For you to now have like a cluster of missions, cluster of maps, cluster of stories and lore across Africa, across even the world. So that is practically what we are trying to build at Quantum Studios, and it's so big, it's so massive. The person that is responsible for creating this world is Shama. He's not here tonight, but one of these days, of course, you will get to know, because that's practically what we are doing. And I don't know if it is. I don't know if. I don't know if my boss is is giving me permission to say that, because of what we are creating, we have actually gotten on the radar of a lot of people. Because apart from the exciting aspects of creating Pangea, being able to play across vast space and connecting with people, it also has blockchain. It also has blockchain functions. So which means that you'll be able to buy and sell in the game and be able to get real currency, crypto and so on and so forth. You'll be able to mint NFTs and get paid, and even pay other people. And this has gotten us on the radar of people around the world, and we are even currently in talks with a lot of people. As a matter of fact, we even have a technical partner all the way in Denmark. So I think that is practically what that is the level of information that I'm going to give right now. I don't know if Matt would allow me to to spill some more beans about it, but I just thought I needed to give a little bit of background.
maybe
Yeah, I just
maybe
thought
maybe
I needed to give a little
after.
bit of background of
Yeah,
gaming
yeah.
as it was and where we are pushing it to. So
Yeah,
yeah.
true. Yeah, true. I think that's quite fine. Then Chika will do the rest. But let's give the community an audience to like ask their questions, so we're able to answer them, and So
Thank you
yeah,
guys. Thank
we'll
you
be
so
waiting.
much. Thank you. Matthew and your colleague. I really appreciate you guys for the brief introduction. So, what I would say is that please, those that will be interested in game development, I think you guys should just drop your handle probably in the comment, or maybe number, I don't know what, so that they can actually follow you guys up and see what you guys are doing, and also connect. And probably you can share resources on how they can get started for those who are interested in going into
Yeah,
game development. You understand? So,
yeah.
please, if you have a question for them, can you just ask? This meeting is gonna end probably in 20 minutes time. So, any question for us, for them, so they can answer before we wrap it up. If you have a question, just unmute and ask. Go on, Fortune.
Mm, yeah, I think Fortune has a question.
Good evening.
Good evening, Fortune.
Yeah. I just want to add that can I switch from like my development stuff?
Can you switch from what?
You said?
Like, can I switch because I love game development, but I was thinking C++ was very hard to learn, so that's why I did not just venture into it. I was,
Oh, okay, okay. If it's C plus plus, okay, I will personally for the greatness of this community. If it's C plus plus, I will personally um mentor you on that. If you feel it's hard, I will give you time in the weeks. Maybe you bring your questions. We personally just maybe on a chat or our personal meets, we'll talk and I'll explain to you to the best knowledge I can about the problems I am facing and how best to navigate it so that you not waste as much time as I did trying to learn because there were a lot of pitfalls there. Yes, C++ is a very, very hard language, but I'm sure you do know, you know some programming languages actually, right? Like you know the basics, right?
Yeah, I learned from basics.
Okay, if you do know some basics, then we can ride on from there. Like we can, Kola, you want to say something?
Yes, yes. I wanted to let everyone know that game development is a massive industry. It's a
Yes.
massive, yeah. So you don't have to be afraid. I'm very sure that the problem that we have in this part of the world, and I think it's an inherent problem, is the fact that some of us don't like to fail. Yeah, let me just say most of us don't like to
Right.
fail. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yes. True. True. True.
but the truth is, you need to start from somewhere. And the thing is, it is not when you were born that you started to walk. And as a matter of fact, it was not when you started to walk that you started to run. Everything is step by step. You need to start
True.
from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once you have that knowledge and that drive, that enthusiasm to want to go into game development, know fully well that it is not immediately that you will start coding like Matt here, which is the reason why
No, it's
even the
actually yeah,
reason
true.
yeah, so that is the reason why even the game makers themselves, that's because games are created on different engines. Yes, there is the coding aspect and everything, but then you have to now knit everything together on the different engines. I'm sure everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why the different game engines, the different game engines, game engine makers have blueprints. So let us say you have
Yeah.
not gotten to
True.
that level.
True. For the
Ah,
beginners. Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
True.
So let's say you have not gotten to that level of, yes, I want to call fire down from the sky like Elijah as far as game is concerned. So let's say I've not gotten to that level. You can start with blueprints. And
Yeah.
then,
True.
I've seen people deconstruct blueprints, modify blueprints to suit their
Yes.
purpose. So you can start with that. For example, I use After Effects very well. As a matter of fact, the first time I used After Effects was 2013, and I use After Effects, that's Adobe After Effects now, by working on templates. So I'll go online, download templates, tweak everything, and come and say, yes, I was the one who did this. But then little by little,
Yeah.
but little by
True.
little, I began
This
to
thing that you
modify those
said.
templates.
This thing that you said, a very known Japanese philosopher said something similar. He said, if you don't know where to start, copy somebody. At the end of it, you will find yourself.
You'll find your way. Yeah.
You, yeah. At the end of it,
So it can start with blueprints. From there, you work your way, and then you would even be this person to even start making blueprints at the end of the day. So yeah.
yeah, true. And please know that game development is not just about coding. We have different aspects. We have UI UX. You understand? We have sound engineers. We have animation. We have what do they call them? Right. There are plenty of aspects. So you must not even be a developer. You can just be a UI UX game developer. You can be a game designer. You must not really go into the hard part of just be good at whatever you want to do. You understand?
Yeah,
And
yeah. As a matter
yeah,
of fact, let me even break it down. Yeah, let me even break it down for everyone. So, um, the normal film or documentary that you see on your screen is made up of sight, sound, Abby?
yes,
It's made up of sight and sound. So music and everything that you see on the screen, whether it is motion graphics or people or anything or animation, is made up of that. Now, the softwares that you are using is made up of codes and all of those things. For example, you click on your system, it responds. That is interactive. Now, merge the two together. So, which means that what you are seeing on your screen, both sight and sound, you actually can now interact with it, which is the code aspect of it. So,
yes,
you can actually be a 3D modeler and still work in game development.
yes,
As a matter of
yes,
fact, one of the things I am personally doing in Quantum is bringing my multimedia expertise into
Yes.
into the work. So I am not. I am, of course, I have knowledge of game making, but what I do is multimedia. That's audio, visual, sight, sound. That's what I do, and I'm able to also still fit in into quantum. So yeah, you can do that. For example, some of us might actually be Christians, and some of the things that you are doing in your church is to take pictures and shoot videos. You can bring that into game development, and it's going to be useful. So yeah.
Yes. Very true. Very, very true. I really appreciate you for this insight, caller.
Okay, thank
I
you,
really
guys.
do appreciate.
Any other questions? Okay, go on.
Good
Oluwa,
evening, everybody.
good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I first of all want to say thank you for this meeting. It's really impactful. And I wanted to ask, will there be, if possible, for like beginners like us, are you accepting interns in your company, sir? Maybe interns that want to learn more on game development and stuff like that, sir.
Okay, well, interns that want to learn game development, well, it's not that we can't accept. We can actually accept. I can take that responsibility on myself and actually decide to just, brush you people up on whatever I know. You understand? But not on a very, very professional level scale because, we're actually developing something and we'll not really have time. But I can give you maybe twice a week. If that is okay, twice a week, I'll tell you what I know. Then, like that, we keep growing and you keep learning. And I'll tell you things to research on. Then the next time we're meeting, you tell me what you've learned and like that, like that, like that. Of course, I can do that. I can do that for you. But right now, quantum is really, really just focusing on, really building whatever we're doing. We're even supposed to have a meeting on 29th in Dubai, in Token 2, is it 2049, right? So we will be very caught up. So, but me as the founder and the lead dev in Quantum, I can mentor you people, yes, especially in C++, if you want to go my way, because you must not be an Unreal Engine developer. You can be a Unity developer. You can choose GD script. You can choose Godot, CryEngine, whatever you want to choose. You understand? But for my own knowledge, I know C++ to a very, very good level. I can teach you that. And I can teach you my knowledge on Unreal Engine and I'll give you a path to follow. So I can do
Okay.
that for you. Yes, yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much. I think what we'll do is that I think we'll dedicate a group for game developers. Probably you guys can just be there and doing your
Yeah,
thing.
a channel, right? Inside your
Yeah.
channel.
So
Yeah, a
okay,
part of your channel, yeah.
yes, we'll just create a group dedicated for game developers, so you guys can just be there
Yes.
interacting, then sharing knowledge and
Yeah, I would really appreciate that. It will really help. It will really help, really. It will,
uh,
yeah.
any other question? We have just few minutes to go, maybe less than 10 minutes. Any other questions? Any other question before we call it a day? So I think there's no other question. I really want. Is anybody saying something?
I think I heard somebody's voice.
Nelson, do you have something to say?
Yes, sir. Please,
Uh,
good evening, sir.
be fast
Good
about it.
evening.
Please, first of all, I would say thank you for organizing such a program.
No
Because
problem.
the first day, it was today that I saw it. I was very busy. My phone just spoiled, so it was today that I saw it, and I was like, wow. I really want to I love IT. Actually, software is my ambition. So I'm even planning to go forward to it. So when I saw game development, I was like, wow, I need to start from somewhere to somewhere. I
Yes,
can't
true.
just go into school then because school will be theoretical. So I need to start something practically before I go so that I don't get confused over there. So when I
Okay.
saw your meeting coming up, I was willing to join. So first of all, I thank you once again for bringing up this. And then I don't know how to start or where to start, but I think I will start from the C++ that you were saying, sir. So I would love for you to add me to your team and then we start up something. And I know we'll be a great team one day. Thank you.
The C++ side, is that what you said?
Yes, please.
Okay, Chika is going to open a branch in the community for the game development. So from there, I will give you a roadmap on C++, share resources, and the resources is going to be very, very concise. It will teach you from no experience to advanced. You understand? You learn about variables. The resource I'm going to teach you is what I used to learn, because when I'm learning something, I really want to learn it very, very deeply. You understand? So it will teach you from no experience. Yeah, you will understand what variables are and all that. Then you start going from there. It's like chapter by chapter. So in case you have any questions, then when you're learning, you drop it there. When I see it, I'll answer you and explain to you to the best of my knowledge, and you continue your learning. Is that okay?
It's okay for me, sir. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
No problem.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you so much. I think we don't have any other
I,
questions.
no, I saw Nasir. Nasir raised his
Okay,
hand up when, yeah,
okay, go
I
on.
don't think it's.
Just be be very brief. Is he here with us?
Oh,
Kelechi
Kelechi.
Manuel, go on. Be very brief, Kelechi. We have few minutes to go.
Please let me.
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you.
I would like to ask, um, I would like to thank you for your for
Your
all the knowledge. And I also like to know what about game development on the web and online gaming.
Sorry, I didn't get what you said.
can you speak up? We can't hear you properly.
You're far.
Okay,
You're far from.
If you're using
okay,
headphone, just remove it.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear
Okay.
you
I
properly.
said I would like thank you first of all for the knowledge you shared. Yeah, I would like to know about online gaming. That is gaming in the cloud.
Online gaming,
Yes, building games
gaming in
that
the
can work
cloud.
in browsers. Yeah, games that can work in browsers.
Okay. Oh, games that can work in browsers. Yeah. I think I saw one when I was in my journey. I think it was only one that I've seen so far. Games like Axie Infinity, right? They work in browsers, right? If I'm very correct, those are browser-like games.
I
So mostly,
I don't.
yeah. Okay, you do not have knowledge on it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. So games that work in browser are basically Web 2 games, Web 3, Web 2 games. Because the problem of game development in Web 3, the main problem that we're trying to solve is that Web3 games do not focus on traditional gamers. They always focus on blockchain enthusiasts. Okay, so they were always focused on the tokenomics, and it was usually small games that could work on browsers, the likes of Axie Infinity, Roblox. I've forgotten the name of that one. They were just browser games that that you could integrate it with your MetaMask wallet, and you just breed cats, mouse, just to have pets, and I think that was basically just games like that. That was the problem of Web3 games. But right now, those games were focused on traditional gamers, and that was the problem. That is why most traditional gamers, if you tell them about games like that, they get annoyed with you because there's no action. You just be breeding cats and so on and so forth, and it wasn't really fun. So I think there are a few that are existing. Axie Infinity, Maserati, that is on Cardano. Axie Infinity, I think, is on Ethereum, right? So basically, those games you don't even use. I don't think they use engines to make them. I do not think. I think they use things like maybe Java, I guess, Java and some kind of web languages. You just script something that is working,
And
and you're able to
JavaScript
upload.
and
Because
all that.
yeah, because I know there is an amount of file that can be used as general interactive website. If I'm not wrong, you can't put one type of PS5 game on to work on websites. I don't think it's compatible. So there's a fixed size of the game that is supposed to like be hosted on that particular site so that players can be interactively fast. Because if you carry a big website, I don't know, I'm not a web enthusiast, but I think some websites that are very, very big are very, very slow. You understand? So you need to know how to, make it look good. So yeah, most web games, most cloud web games are Web3 games. I don't think I've seen any traditional game being, except you play things like card or chess. But talking about games that have really, really good interactiveness, down websites, they are very, very tiny games. Honestly, that's spoken based on the knowledge that I have. I stand to be corrected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelechi, I hope you're good. So I think when you guys
I'm good, thank you.
you're
You're welcome.
welcome. I think when you guys join the sub group we're going to create dedicated for game developers, you guys will talk more and see how to help each other, because this is what we do in this community. We're looking for how we can come together and
Hello, Chris. Can
help
you
each
can
other.
you hear me?
Yeah, Nasiru, we don't have much time, but just quickly say what you have to say.
Good evening, all of you. Please, when you answer the question for the comments.
Um.
You have a question in the comment.
Yes,
Oh.
I have a question in the comment.
Can you just say it out, Nasiru, so that we'll just treat it here right away?
So, my question is, which language should I focus on for game development?
Okay. Okay. Let it not be like I'm being a racist here. Okay. Personally, I like. I'm not a masochist, but I like hard things, because when you learn hard things, easy things will not freeze you. Okay. So you have two options actually. You can learn C sharp, and you can decide to learn C++. C sharp is for Unity. It's for Unity game engine. It's also a game engine. They use it. C++ is for Unreal Engine. You understand? So you can decide which one you want to learn. But my own is C++. And C++ is quite
Okay.
harder than C
Yes,
sharp.
but
Yeah.
but please, which one should I start with?
You can start with C++. If it's that one, I can properly guide you. But because one thing about this software engineering space is that you can't do everything. All right, you can't do everything, but you can know
Yes, okay.
something. Yeah, you can
Yes.
know something. I do not know C sharp, but I know C++, I know Bash, I know Python. You understand? Those are what I know. When it comes to web development, Java, I don't used to put my mouth because it's not my field. So I know C++, I do not know C sharp. I know C and C++. And if it's that what you want to learn, I can help you. But if you want to learn C sharp, honestly, my knowledge is limited there and in Unity. So really.
So please, can I get your contact?
Yeah, you will get it in the group, and Mr. Chika will make the group. So I'll be available in the group, and I'll send the resources, and we'll also drop
Can I
the Discord group. Yeah.
can I
Kola, you want to
contribute?
say something? Okay, yeah, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
So
sir. Thank
I actually want to throw this question to everybody here, especially the person who just asked the question. How far do you want to go in game development? How far do you want to go in tech? I think you can just quickly tell us first so that I can advise, just as Matthew has advised. How far do you want to go in tech? How far do you want to go in game development?
Actually, I'm new. Like, I don't know anything about it, but I like it. I like to know all about it.
Okay.
What it's all about.
Okay. Okay. So, but the question is not about where you are now. Is how far do you want to go? No. So, how far do you want to go means what is your dream? Do you want to be able to make the kind of games that you play on PC, on
Yes.
console, or it is the kind of games that you play on the phone that you want to be able to make?
Please, I don't get it. Can you please ask again?
Okay, I said, what kind of game, what kind of dream do you have in game development? And what kind of games do you want to play? Do you want to play the kind of games that you play it on your laptop or on PS4 or Xbox? What kind of game do you want to make?
Like the game that I can
Yes.
like 100 games, 100 games.
Okay. All right. So the reason why I ask this question is this. If you want to make very small scale games, like for your phone, like for some laptops, just basically low scale games, then I would advise you learn C sharp. But if
Yes,
you want
true,
to
true.
actually go big, like you actually want to work for some big studios, or you want to make big games, learn C sharp. As a matter of fact, eh, there
No,
are so
big
there
game
are
C++, not C sharp.
yeah, sorry, sorry, C plus plus
But can
rather.
I learn
As
C sharp as like as a beginner? Can I learn C sharp without any languages?
I don't think it works that way, and because this programming language is just basically like big ocean. Once you start with one, you cannot fully know it. In just 1 year. Once
Yes.
you start with one, that is the path you will continue to follow. Which is the reason why Matt is trying to advise everyone that he himself did hard things, and the hard programming language to learn is C++. Once you start C++, for the next 5 years, you will be a guru. For the next 2 years, you will be a guru. And when other developers in Nigeria are applying for big studios around the world, it will be very rare for you to find people that have been able to dedicate their time to do hard things. There are
Yes.
so many there are so many Unity developers here in Lagos, but very few Unreal developers. And
Fortune,
guess
don't
what?
worry, we'll get
Epic
to you.
so and Epic
Um,
Games, the makers of Unreal Engine, they came to Lagos, I think 2 years ago.
Yes, they
They came to
usually come.
Lagos. Yes, they came to Lagos in 2023. They were not able to meet with up to 50 people in Lagos alone that understands Unreal, like are experts in Unreal. So you can imagine. You understand? So you can imagine. So they were not
yes,
even able to
yes, I
meet with up to
understand.
50 people. So if you dedicate your time to learn the hard programming languages, which is C++, in the long run, it will favor you.
Yeah, it
But
should
then,
pay
of
off.
course, it is not downplaying C sharp and
Mm,
Unity. It is not. But it depends on you. What do you want to do?
yeah. Well, I really appreciate, honestly.
There's some guy that told me.
Hello?
I think we lost him. Nasiru, can't hear you again. We
No,
are running
Fortune
out of
first.
we are running out of time, guys. We just
Yeah,
have 10 minutes.
Fortune. Let's hear Fortune. Let's hear Fortune. Fortune has
Okay,
been raising his hand, yeah.
okay. How far I want to go in this game development? Well, I actually like game development when I watched this movie, Frigga. When I watched
Hello.
Frigga, dealing with different servers in games and a lot of crazy things in games. And I really like to exploit to the fullest with C++. And I even know that C++ is actually the most, I think it's the top three hardest language.
Yes,
And I,
yes, true. After assembly, Haskell, then C++.
yeah,
True. You're very
yeah,
correct.
yeah. So it was one of the hardest language. And I'm taught a level in my school, and we took C++. So I was able to get some basic knowledge, to pass my exam, and I really liked it.
Okay.
Even if it has a long syntax, because it has long syntax than another programming language, I still
Okay.
prefer I still like it.
All right. If you like it, the channel will be opened and we'll give you a very good roadmap to learn it properly. Then we give you Udemy courses to follow through, and as you're going through it, we'll be helping you to along your journey in the debugging and stuff like that, so that you grow. Because honestly, if you want to get a real job as a game developer, you need to know C++. That one you cannot run away from it. And Unreal Engine has high employment rates in game development. You barely see Unity developers being hired. But when you mention Unreal Engine and you know C++, they will look at you as a serious person. In fact, there was one time they were looking for a tutor in Lagos. It's not that I don't want to go to Lagos. I just didn't want to go. You understand? But they already hired me. But they said I need to be there in person. But I told them, honestly, I can't be there. but they had hired me already because they saw my stack, C++, Unreal Engine. They're like, ah, this is the type of person. So really, Unreal Engine is the best, and Unreal Engine, other people are partnering with it. Other big development studios are partnering with it because it's a very good engine, and honestly, they are just top there. So really, I can. So when Chika opens the group, we'll talk more. We're trying to reserve time. Nelson, let's hear from you.
Yeah. Please, what is real engine?
Unreal Engine.
Yes, please.
Okay. Unreal Engine is like a tool. I'll say basically a tool, a software that helps you create games, that makes it easier for you to make games. If you are not going to use an engine, you are going to do everything from scratch. They call it in software development, they call it boilerplate code. You are going to write a lot of boilerplate code. You are going to do graphics and all that. But Unreal Engine is like a tool that makes you create it. Like it doesn't give you the hard part. It just gives you the part that you can work with, and it's very flexible. So it's a game creating tool. I'll put it like that in a layman's language. You understand? So it helps you better create games in an easier way, not in the harder way, like how they did it in their 1990 when they were making Contra, Nintendo, all those these things. Now it's much easier to be able to create games. So that's what Unreal Engine is. And yes, it's not only for games. You can use it for architecture. You can use it for film. It's a very big engine, very multi-purpose engine, honestly. So yeah.
Thank you so much,
Okay, thank you, sir.
Matthew and your colleague. Thank you to all our audience tonight and everybody who asked question tonight. I know that this sections is not like for you to explore everything. It's just basically for an introduction. So just like I promised, I'll be creating a subgroup in the community for dedicated for game developers. So you guys can just go there and start doing something wonderful. I really want to appreciate you guys for staying with this community. I know we are still upcoming. We haven't done much, but I believe by your support, with your support and every other thing, we are going to grow bigger. And the idea is to help each other. The idea is to connect. The idea is to create a platform just like this. You guys are actually advertising your product, and probably in this community, maybe when you guys launch fully, you find out that people in this community might be the first people playing your games and all that. So this is what we are actually trying to achieve. So it will come to a point, maybe you as a tech person, you launch a product and you can just call the community. They will be your first people to onboard on the community and help you to grow. So the community is free for suggestion, advice. We are still, we were overwhelmed by the population we have. So that's why we are just going back to drawing board to see how we can get things. We have over 7,000 people in this community already, and it's really, really crazy. We don't even know how to get started with a lot of things happening in the community, different groups. So we're looking for how we can all be in one place, communicate better, because it's really challenging when you have to talk on this group, talk in the other group, talk the other place, and a lot of spammers are everywhere. So it's
Yeah,
really
true.
crazy.
Yeah, true.
It's really crazy. So, but we are looking at how we can, do things better. So I really want to appreciate you all for being part of the community. And if you have any wonderful thing you are building, please you can reach out to us. We can always, bring up your idea up for people to know about it and
Yeah.
get interested in. You understand? So just like is
Yeah.
it Pan? I find it difficult
Yeah,
pronouncing.
Pangea Kingdom. We will
Pa-
share with you guys our Discord link
yes,
and our Twitter
Pangea.
handle so that you guys will help us repost,
Exactly.
be part of the stuff like that. So we share it in the group after the call, so you guys
Exactly.
can join and help us repost onto. Yeah, sure.
Of course. So this is what we do here. We
Yeah.
help each other grow. You understand? Follow them on their Twitter. Follow them in their different platforms. Join their Discord. Those who are interested in game can link up. So it's what we do in this community, and we're going to keep helping supporting each other until we all get there. So, okay, let me don't say much. Things will be unfolding very soon. So we are just planning a lot of things for the community, and we believe by with time, all those things will be unfolding, and we get to be better than what we are now. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you, Matthew. I appreciate you for coming. I really, really appreciate you. All our audience, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We just have 2 minutes to go. So, Matthew, do you have last word for your viewers, for the audience before? Any last word for the audience before the call ends?
Okay. I think I will give Kola the platform because he's more like the Optimus Prime. He knows how to talk. So, Mr. Kani, you should give them the closing remark.
Oh, he said
We
Optimus
have
Prime.
2 minutes.
So, all right.
Yeah, just
So,
2 minutes, please.
okay. So what I'm gonna say is I'm
Hello.
gonna write on what Matt said before. A couple of years ago, I went into graphic design, and a couple of people were doing, they were doing PageMaker 6.5 and Corel Draw, but then a couple of people were actually doing Photoshop. Now, the truth of the matter is, Corel Draw has not entirely faded away, but then the people doing Corel Draw now are Shomolu guys. And the people doing After Effects and Photoshop and Illustrator are actually the one playing the big leagues. So whatever decision you want to make, just know that there is a future where there's an opportunity for you to play the big leagues. And whatever decision you make
Word.
now, whether
Word.
it is the small programming language you want to do or the hard one, know fully well that there is a future waiting for you, either to play the small
Yes.
Shomolu leagues or the big leagues. So that's what I'm going to leave you with.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
Kola. I really
so much. I
appreciate
really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.
it.
And thank you for
Good night,
coming as well.
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.